invisible illnesses, realize you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one you had envisioned for yourself. But I know it's possible because until about a year ago, I was doing that. But then I, against my better judgment, I allowed myself to be talked into taking a medication. And of course, there was no way nobody expected this to happen, but it really destroyed my health. Anyway, a big part of my health issues are fascia related. What the hell is your fascia? Well, by the way, this information is from ashleyblackguru.com. So what the hell is it? It's not the stuff that goes on your house. That's a different thing. Fascia is a connective tissue. It is found literally throughout your entire body. It surrounds your organs and your muscles. It's found throughout your organs and your muscles. It supports and protects your body. Think of it kind of like, when you peel an orange, you got that white pithy stuff. Your fascia is similar to that. Well, why should you care? Well, because fascia supports I can't say this today, your musculoskeletal system. Y'all know what I mean. Don't give me a bad time. But it helps protect your body from traumas. Fascia is what allows our muscles to glide over each other. So when you have um, when you develop adhesions and distortions and all this crazy stuff that can happen to your fascia, it can have a tremendous impact. Some of the impacts it can have, of course, it's pain. In some cases, it can actually tighten things up to where it's putting pressure on your nerves. I have that happen in my upper back, and it puts pressure on the nerves down into my hands. And as a result, my hands are very numb most of the time. I have a hard time with grip. It's not a strength issue, it's my fascia so screwed up. Um, Things that can happen when your fascia pulls and it's essentially just pulling you out of alignment. But have you heard of frozen shoulder syndrome? That's a fascia problem. Plantar fasciitis, it's right there in the fasciitis. That's a fascia problem. If you ever had plantar fasciitis, you know that shit is painful. IT band syndrome, I have that. That's fun. The IT band runs from on the outside of your upper leg from your hip to right above your knee. And let me tell you, when that stuff hurts, it's a pain in the ass. It can actually, your fascia can get so tight that it impacts your autonomic nervous system, which means your digestion. That's a big issue for me because my fascia in my gut is very distorted. Um, but it impacts digestion, your breathing, your heart rate. Isn't that crazy? Our bodies they're so fascinating, but man, when things go wrong, it can go south pretty quick. Your skin. It has a huge impact on your skin. If you got cellulite, that's a fascia problem. The fascia is pulling your skin downward and the fat starts to push upward. Well, obviously that's going to cause dimples. Um, your elastin and collagen can't get where they need to go to help keep your skin healthy. Think of your fascia like a kinked hose. Nothing gets through, or not much gets through. In fact, my fascia is I'm such a mess. I have two little spots. I'm probably about like that. I call above each knee. I call them my potatoes because they're kind of potato shaped. And my doctor says it's fluid because my fascia in my legs, this is so horrible. The fascia in my legs get so tight that it just pools the fluid right there. It's not dangerous or anything. It's just unpleasant. But guess what? You can fix it. This is all fixable. You need to understand a little bit about body kinetics. You need to know your biomechanics matter. How you sit, how you stand, how you walk. All of that impacts your fascia. Look, all it takes is a literal micro trauma. Not like a microaggression. Micro traumas. If you stumble, you don't even have to fall, but when you stumble and you jerk and you catch yourself, that can be enough to distort your fascia. Well, I think I'm not an expert. I'm not sure, but I think my fascia problems got out of control because years ago I broke my left shoulder and I have a bunch of scar tissue and a bunch of really screwed up fascia there, and none of it was addressed for years. And so the problem just spread. But it is fixable. Pay attention to how you walk, how you sit, posture. Think about your posture, nutrition. Quit eating junk. Hydration matters. Hydration matters. Um, as my friend Joel would say, drink your water. um, You can do things like stretching is helpful. They actually have specific fascia stretching available. I'll be happy, drop me a line. I'll be happy to connect you with some people on YouTube that do great work. Um, Osteopathic manipulation. Now, I was told when I first heard about osteopathic manipulation, I was told, don't don't do that with fibromyalgia. It's a terrible idea. The treatment's painful as hell. I mean, it's I'm not going to try to put a pretty face on it. It's excruciating, but it also gives me more relief than anything else. Granted, I have joked with my doctor that I wonder sometimes if I'm just so flippin' happy that she stopped torturing me that I think I feel better, but it really does help. You can use cups. A lot of you have heard of that. I'll have to talk about cups soon, but it's Oriental Chinese medicine. It's got to be Chinese, but it's literal little cups that the traditional ones they use a match to create a vacuum. I've got one that actually has a little vacuum attachment, and you just create a suction, and it helps loosen up some of those distortions and adhesions. Or you can go to Ashley Black Guru and get this is I have a ton of these. This is called a fascia blaster. And this is a tool designed to help deal with the adhesions and distortions in your fascia. Now I have several of these. This one's my favorite because I like the size. It's easy for me to grip with I can't do my shoulders, the back of my shoulders, unfortunately, but the shoulder issues that I mentioned earlier, this one's nice and thick. It's easy for me to grip, and it's got these little points on the side, which are actually, when I saw this, I was like, I just have to try that because I'm warped. But you dig that into a knot, and it's like hurts like hell, but it also feels good. And then these little, I thought before I bought these that these little knobs spin. They do not spin, and I don't know if y'all can see. It's a really simple looking tool. I don't know how the hell it works, but this thing is a miracle worker. But that being said, I have really severe fascia problems. And my doctor, in fact, when she found out I used one of these, she was so excited. Yes, that's excellent. But I got to tell you guys, I've fallen way out of the habit. And the reason I've fallen so far out of the habit is because I have a lot of very angry fascia, and it's painful. It's painful and it's messy. Now, Ashley Black, yes, I'm going to affiliate with hers, but I'm not going to drop my link here because I'm not trying to push a product. I'm just trying to give you, this is a tool that's made a big difference for me. So I just want to share it with people. But she sells an oil that I really like that goes with it, but it comes in a spray bottle. And with my hands being how they are, I can't, it's so embarrassing, but I can't manipulate the spray bottle. So I just use coconut oil, but I find that messy. And I just, sometimes I'm not in the mood to deal with it. But if you have odd aches and pains, it's probably your fascia. And I highly recommend that you check out Ashley Black Guru. You can look up look up fascia flossing on YouTube. She's very good. Erin Teets, I think is her name, but she's really good. There's a couple of other ones. Yoga by Joelle. She incorporates a little bit of fascia stretching into her yoga. I really like that, I got to admit. Because 20 minutes of just straight fascia stretching, my fascia so it adhered and distorted that it's really difficult for me to do, but I can do the little bits interspersed in with the yoga. But anyway, I'm rambling. I know, what a shocker, but that's all I have. That is all I have for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will be back Monday at 11 o'clock Alaska time. Thanks.